Good morning. We are ramping up for our storm system that's moving in for tonight and continuing on through the rest of the work week. We'll have some wind with it. You see a little bit of wind moving the flags in Grand Forks, but otherwise it's pretty quiet there. And a lot of us are starting the day on a quiet note. Now, there are some places seeing some patchy fog this morning, so we've got that yellow caution light for you to start off in those areas in the south, specifically more into Lakes Country in Minnesota. And then a midday time frame where things are looking pretty quiet. And then you see later in the day we'll have more chances for active weather affecting your travel, and that would be mostly in the Northern Valley with the snow that will be moving in. So here's a look at our visibility reports. We're focused in on the south. We're looking at visibility down to 4 miles in Gwinner. Wheaton is now down to less than a mile visibility, so that's an area struggling a little bit with some fog. We've had some big improvements in places like Detroit Lakes. We're right back up to 10 miles, so that's a good report coming in from that area, and most places reporting some decent visibility. But again, just some pockets of fog here this morning with the quiet weather that we have in place. And we may even get to enjoy some sunshine here to start off the day before what we see out west moves in. You can see that into northwestern parts of North Dakota, and that's going to migrate eastward, the snow, into the Devil's Lake area for later today. Winds are northerly. They're not very strong, 5 to 15 miles per hour. And another range of temperatures, warmer southeast again today. We're at 48 in Alexandria, 20 degrees colder in Rolla up in the northwest at 28 degrees. And we're in that freezing range right in those places where we expect the snow later today. It's 42 degrees in Fargo and 34 in Grand Forks. So for the start of your day, your morning drive looking pretty good aside from those foggy patches. Into the lunch hour, we've got that snow moving in north of Devil's Lake still at that point. Though again, these forecast models we show you oftentimes just a model scenario, one possibility, but it gives us an idea of what we may see. And so the snow may move in a little bit sooner than this, or perhaps even hold off a little bit longer for Devil's Lake. But you can see that snow moving into northeastern North Dakota into the afternoon and evening hours. By 4 o'clock, temperatures there a little bit above freezing in spots, but right around freezing. The rest of us 40s to some 50s. Now, with this first round, we'll start to see more and more moisture feed into this into tonight. So you see some rain developing in green on the warmer side of this system. So a lot of places seeing rain first, but Northern Valley, Grand Forks, right on that rain snow line. Again, it could be shifted a little farther north or south, and that's where we're looking at the times where we might see a little heavier snowfall rate going on here tonight. We get a small break, a little bit of a relative break Thursday morning. This is 7 a.m. tomorrow, but then that next push of snow starts to move in. So here's focusing on that. You can see Grand Forks, Devil's Lake area, back over by Jamestown and farther west, looking at that snow being a possibility, whereas in the south and east, it's more cloudy with rain and drizzle and maybe a mix until we get into late Thursday night. You see 11 o'clock, some heavier snow going on, and Fargo may be right on the rain snow line at that point, and eventually it does move eastward, and we see a period of snow in parts of the Southern Valley over to the east as well. The big question here is how long that lasts. If it's a short-lived round, maybe we just see a few flakes and that's it. If it lasts for several hours, we could get a couple of inches of accumulations in those areas before that snow moves on. So here's a look at our snowfall potential through tonight. You can see it's focused north and west, and then heading into the Thursday to Friday time frame, you can see darker blue areas. That's where 6 inches of snow or more are more likely. And then to the southeast, mostly just rain. And then in between, that's where we've got that transition zone, and even one little wobble in the track of that low will make a big difference of whether we see a dusting up to a few inches in that location. So Fargo going to be right in that range. Looking at our 7-day planner, we can see that we've got that snow winding down on Friday. Windy too. We want to factor that in on Friday, and much colder this weekend. Highs only in the 30s, and look at those lows. Teens for several days.
Oof. Okay, we're getting ready for it. Here we go.
Here we go. And of course, we'll be right here with you, keeping you up to date on Valley News Live and on the VNL Weather app throughout the event too.
Right. Okay, thank you.